Stuff. All right, my bad, bro. I ain't high, but it seemed like it. All right. So yeah, what's up? My name is Cody Ransom. Nope, I don't like that. Let me see. Oh, that's weird. Introductions. It's almost like.
Can you move the seat as far to the right as you can?
My right or your right?
Your right. So just, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, damn. Be sitting on your lap if I scoot anymore. All right, what's up? I'm Cody Ransom, and welcome back to Code Ransom, powered by Cachet. Today, I got my homeboy, Tony Greenwood Williams is what we call him. I'm going to let him tell y'all why we call him Greenwood Williams here in a minute, but what's going on with you, Brody?
What is happening, Mr. Cody Ransom?
Hey, man, you calling me Mr. like I'm old,
Mr.
baby.
Cody Ransom.
I ain't
yes,
old,
sir.
Baby. Man, one of the reasons I brought you on here, though, bro, is as far as, like, being here in Greenwood, like, you one of those people that when I first started coming back down here, you were already on the block, number one. Number two, when people weren't talking about Black Wall Street history or just talking about just Black entrepreneurship and stuff like that, you was one that was doing it. And then you were literally at every event I could think of back then too. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to reach out to you and get you on here, man, and kind of frame what Greenwood looked like before like all the cameras came here and all that type of stuff. And then they gave me some questions I'm gonna ask you. So this gonna feel real, it's gonna feel like you're on trial, but you ain't. You know what I'm saying? But before I get into the questions, man, just tell me a little bit, tell them a little bit about yourself. And you can even tell me something I don't know about Tony Williams.
Well, I am Tony Williams, born right here in the Black Wall Street neighborhoods. Well, this is the business district, but I was born and raised in the neighborhoods off of Pine and Peoria. What can I say? I went to school here. I haven't really left Tulsa. I've always lived here. What can I say about myself? I have a background in music and fashion. When I stopped doing all of that, man, I started a clothing line, ultimately landed me right here, every day. Because when I started that clothing line, I was like, well, I don't want to, it's a Tulsa-based clothing line, T-Town Essence. So we're talking about the history and culture of Tulsa. And so with me, it's like, I can't, I was selling Black Wall Street pieces and I was like, well, I'm not going to just sell Black Wall Street pieces and not give my time, give my, my talent to the very neighborhood that raised me. And so I would come and volunteer at a shop down here called the Black Wall Street T-shirt and souvenir store. And by me having a history and, background in fashion, I've given them pointers at the time they was fresh and new. And so, like I said, again, I challenged myself to do more than just sell Black Wall Street stuff on Greenwood, and I just want to be a part, and however I can. So, and that's how me and you linked up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you this because I ain't never asked you this before. Like I'm one of those people. Like I move around a lot. So, like, what kept you here? I was one of those people that I needed to get out of here. See something else. But you literally have been here the whole time. So, like, what keep you, not just in Tulsa, like, what keeps you in Greenwood?
Well, first, my dad, over the years, me and my dad, bought up a lot of property, in the Black Wall Street area. And so I always had that security. And so, I had an option to go elsewhere, but I'm like, well, I own these houses and, this is it. And then just being right here in this community, I really had no desire to go anywhere else. I love it. So
yeah. So like when I first started coming back down here, I think you were probably the third person that cussed me out there. That you ain't cuss, but you was like, it was me, Paige, and Papa Eden, and we were sitting over there in front of Cleo's shop. Okay. And I remember telling Paige, like, number one, I knew like we gonna go down there, we gonna see Tony, like somewhere. Yeah. So then Paige was just like, we didn't see you for a couple hours. So he was like, man, let's just go walk around. We'll see Tony walking. But I remember it was hot and I was like, nah, you tripping. I ain't about to do all that. And then you came up on your bike and like anybody who been in Black Wall Street, like you've seen Tony's bike if you've been out here. So it's like a navy blue and it's got these white tires on it. So it's fancy. It ain't just no huffy, right? So Buddy he come up the block and he was just like, what is y'all doing here? You know what I'm saying? And I think too back then, I didn't really know why we were down here. I didn't know what we was down here to do. This is also like right before the pandemic, so it was like people were uncertain about what they were gonna do and stuff like that. But being down here on Greenwood that particular day, it was you and Papa Eden that both was like, y'all coming back tomorrow? And so me and Paige, I think I had just quit my job that day, and I think Paige quit his job that day too.
I think O'Malley was with y'all too that
O'Malley
day.
was with us.
Yeah.
So we were just, I don't think he quit his job, but like I remember me and Paige both were like, we quit that morning, and so we ended up down here. And like as far as like when we first started coming back down here, like what's some things you saw like during, I say before the cameras got here, what was Greenwood like? And then what was it like once all of the...
Well, I mean, we had a little static, but Greenwood for me, you know, like I said, I put my clothes in the shop, and all I knew to do was just like, okay, I'm gonna help this store out. Then I want to bring some energy in life, however I can. And so it was okay, but it wasn't. It was basically a ghost town during certain hours. You know what I'm saying? And so I would be out here. Sometimes I'd just be by myself on the bench, just posted up. It's like, okay, if ain't nobody down here, I'm down here. So people gonna know that somebody's down here. So, but no, that's how it pretty much, still is now. But it was pretty much a ghost town during, 6 o'clock. Yeah. Ain't nobody down here.
So I kind of know which one you gonna pick, but like, what's one of the craziest moments we had, like down here in Greenwood? Now, one of them is
one of the craziest moments he had, but
I mean, you can tell the ones I had too. I ain't scared.
Man, there's so many, man. Like
your photo shoot. I messed with you about that photo shoot. I still mess with. You had the.
Oh
back.
Yeah.
So he
was.
He came down here. You'd have thought Tony was in NSYNC or something. He had his shirt off. He was oiled up, and he had a baseball bat, and he was under the bridge. And I remember seeing it on social media. Like, I know this little Boris Kojo. Like, what is he doing on Greenwood? And it was late too. We left from down here at like probably 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then 2 in the Tony down here. I can see his bike in the background. He did a whole photo shoot on Black Wall Street, and like I think, man, me and Paige got on your tail.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, y'all did, but everybody else, the girls, they liked it. But hey, but no, I mean that, me not knowing it was basically me being an ambassador. Mm-hmm. I knew that me being on Greenwood, doing videos, making, having those photo shoots would draw attention to this place. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, I've been in fashion, I've been in music, I worship led at a mega church. So I've already had like a buzz and a following. People already knew who I was. And so when I stopped doing all that and started my clothing line and really, just started focusing on the very community that raised me, I knew that, I was going to have some people, asking questions, or just going to draw attention. And so that's something that I feel like I'm pretty good at. And so, but one of the most memorable moments, man, like being on Greenwood, it's a lot of them. I can't really just pinpoint, which one, but I could probably, I don't want to say nothing negative. But
if it's one of my stories, you can say it. Like,
no, it's just that
I tell y'all I was about to fight.
No, I don't want to say that one though.
Fighting.
Because I was about to fight too. The same individual.
This is right.
So
we should have jumped him, but I'm just playing.
But what? I would say this. That 2020 when it wasn't going to be no Juneteenth, y'all stepped up and made it happen. And so just seeing that during the pandemic, that was special. And so then afterwards, I heard it was a big block party and all that, and it was like, man, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? We was looked at in a good light. And so I would, I'll give you that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it cost me.
Yeah.
It cost me a couple of dollars, man. I'm still, we talked about reparations earlier. That's what I need, reparations from Juneteenth 2020, boy. I spent all my little coins up. But nah, that was a pretty dope time. I think that's when also like Greenwood changed right after Juneteenth. So we had the Black Lives Matter mural got put there. A a lot more people started coming to Greenwood, I say using Greenwood. That was around the time the Watchman, they did an episode about it. Lovecraft Country had did one.
And I think Trump came that year too.
Yeah, Trump, he wanted to come down. He had came
No,
to Tulsa.
yeah, this was the year after, yeah.
That's when Pay ended up in that Trump commercial. By accident. That was funny, man. I'm watching
Did he ever take care of that?
Yeah, I think he was like trying to get like a little lawsuit or something.
Yeah.
So we were down, I remember we had to go down there and film for, I think we got an NDA, so I can't say who we was filming for, but it was one of the documentaries that was down here. And we had to go to the Trump rally and film. And I remember Paige being like, bro, I don't think you gonna wanna go in. I was like, nah, I don't think I can go in no Trump rally, bro. And so he went and I left, came back to Greenwood. So then I'm at home one day and I'm watching TV and this Trump ad come on and it's got a slow pan in view of Paige.
It was black and white too.
Black and white. And I called Paige like, when you joined Trump? And he was like, man, what is you talking about? So I sent him the video. And he was like, nah, man, I'm about to get my people on. I was like, nah, you will make America great again.
Oh my God,
man. He was hot too, man.
Man, I remember all that.
Like, that's really when it started changing. You know, the Black Panthers came down here that year. I was also around time, George Floyd.
All of that
and
came
all
right
that.
through here.
And so that's when, so when Greenwood started to change, like what was that making you feel like down here, being somebody who was here every day?
I just was hoping and praying that everybody had the right intentions and that all the attention that we were getting, that, that flowed right back here to this block. And so, kind of disappointing, man. Like everybody, we say it all the time. Everybody want to use Black Wall Street, for whatever, but we don't see none of that here. You know what I'm saying? So we're just kind of disappointed, especially with, our people.
Yeah.
It's disappointing, really.
Yeah. So like, I'm one of those, I don't do it. So you do it a lot. Like you represent like Tulsa as a whole. Like my family, we want it. Like we North Tulsa. Like it's its own place. You a needy baby too. So it's like what makes you feel like you want to represent the whole city versus just the part you come from?
Because I got family history here, and the stuff that I've done all outside of Tulsa. Like I opened Forever 21 in Woodland Hills Mall. I've done a lot of styling and all over through Tulsa, and then Victory Church. Like I learned a lot. Like I said, I was a worship leader there for 7 years. I wrote and sung, and I was a part of all the productions there, and so it exposed me to a lot, and I learned a lot, and so. A lot of the tools that I learned there, I actually use now. And just having family history, man, my great-grandmother, I don't know if everybody's hip to Sam Cooke, but my great-grandmother, man, this is probably something you didn't know, but my great-grandmother used to sing with Sam Cooke. And so in Utica Square, like this is where P.F. Chang's is now. It used to be a Dillard's. And so I remember when I was a kid, everybody knew who my great-grandmother was. And so she would go in there and shop. They would show her the latest fashion, and they would take me all around Utica Square. I'd come back with snacks and candies and stuff like that. And then her daughter, my great auntie, she was the first Black on board in Utica Square. And she also ran that the Russell Stover's candy shop, which is now Glacier. So just little memories all over Tulsa. It's like, okay, well, I'm never gonna deny where I come from. That's. I mean, even when I was out south of Victory, like, well, I'm North Side, baby. Like it's Black Wall Street. So, but just having just memories all over. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done work all outside of Tulsa, and so like I said again, like when I stopped doing all of that, I was like, well, I want to come back home and do something. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just knew that I had to be present. So yeah.
Gotcha. So specifically for like Black people. Like, what's some things that we could do better just down here on Black Wall Street?
Again, like, just show up. I mean, one of the most special things to me, man, and, outside of the projects and the business and all that, because I did business out of 4 locations down here, that, but just showing up, being on the benches and hanging out, and we just out here. Those are some of the most favorite times. You ain't got to We ain't got to talk about business all the time. We ain't got to do none of that. But us just coming together and just enjoying being down here.
Yeah.
So
like, out of all the people you met down here, like, who's some of the most memorable people you met just in Greenwood?
Man, that's a lot. Definitely, we got a relationship with Papa Eden.
Yeah.
It's so many, but Pops, man, he's definitely a trailblazer, and he's always sharing knowledge, whether we want to hear it or not. He gonna let us know.
Yeah,
but definitely Pops, man. Like I say, it's so many others, but Pops is getting up there, and he still try to come down here when he can, and so. And then just getting the nod from Pops, you know what I'm saying? We always, we want to have, our peers. We want to have respect from our peers. But when you get it from the elders and the ones who's been in the fight and they give you that nod, man, that's special to me. So I definitely say Pops.
Yeah, I'll say Pops too. Like, I remember that same day I came down here with Paige, Pops told all of us, first he asked us how we was doing, and then we told him, and then we asked, like, how you doing? He was like, well, you ain't got time to listen. So that's what he said first. And then he said, I got one foot on the banana peel and the other in the grave. So, like, I still remember him saying that. And it was like, at the time, we like, nah, Pops, like, you good. He was like, man, seeing Greenwood, it make me want to get up every day, seeing people down here. So then I remember him saying, like, I'm going to swing back down here later. Y'all not going to be here, though. We was like, nah, we gonna be here.
Going on what, 4 years now?
Yeah, so we was here every day, like from, you had us up way too early because you was coming down here like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. You had no business doing that. We were supposed to be quarantined, and you had us down here around people. So, but we was down here, and then we stayed at like, 12, 1 o'clock. Like,
man, You know what? Again, like, I hate to bring it up, but Greenwood saved me. During the quarantine, because at the time I just got out of a relationship, and I didn't want to be at home all heartbroken. I'm like, man, I gotta get out and be amongst my people. I can't be out here just at the house, just all sad and depressed. So it helped me a lot just being down here. So
it definitely moved, like, to see like what you do now with the city council, Paige, what he does with his film. Like, the fact that Pops still ride down here. I think Pops done hit every sign and pole with his truck down here. Like, he hit something new every day. But it just, like, when I see it leaning, I know, like, Pops done spun the block one time.
Pops been down here.
So, to see that he still come down here, just about every day.
Yeah.
Even if he don't stop, like, I just see him riding by. And then, like, even O'Malley, like, he started, like, his album was one thing that we used to always talk about and listen to down here. But I think one of the dopest things is knowing, like, people was doing this before you knew you can get a penny off of it.
Yeah.
But even then, like, knowing, like I said, even to go back to the negative moments, knowing that in the times that I was getting ready to fight, like, most people I know, like, that I grew up with is all like, I mean, they know me. I can be a high edge. So it was like, they would push me toward, they would have just let me do it. You know what I mean? Especially because at the time it was a person that none of us liked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that, number one, you did cost me some money that day because because you wouldn't let me fight and I kicked that bike.
No, you cost you. That's on you.
That's on you, man. Man, I'm 217 in the hole, baby.
But no, you know what? Like, I seen that I couldn't let you fight because if you would have fought this dude, I don't think none of this would be here.
It is true.
You know what I'm saying? I seen, like, okay, if we keep this up, encourage people down here and keep that spirit, like, we need that. So we're basically the examples. People are looking up to us. And bro, I never knew I'd be, in City Hall they call me Mr. Greenwood. Yeah. They call me Mr. Black Wall Street, bro. Like, and I felt like this right here is a stepping stone to where, where we're headed. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to be a good steward to where you at now. You know what I'm saying? And so, You can't be out here punching and whooping on people, man. So
some people need to be hitting them out. I don't care what.
Well, you can't do it. You let somebody else do it. Yeah, you can't be the one to do
it. But
it.
if I go get somebody to do it and they get beat up, I'm gonna feel bad. Like I didn't
whatever's coming to them, it'll happen.
Yeah, you was right though. Like I still don't like the fact I had to pay for that bike, but
that ain't on me. That's you. Yeah, that's you.
You know what? I should probably take ownership over things that I do. I ain't gonna do it right now. It's your fault.
Yeah, it's all good.
I might. But I number one, I needed that just because like you and Guy were really the only two. Like Pay wouldn't have let me fight either. I can say that.
Yeah.
Pops would probably let me get a hit or two, and then he'd stop me. But
he probably would have got in.
At the time, like being around people that I wasn't thinking about Greenwood that way. I wasn't thinking that. Even when we gave you the name Greenwood, it wasn't like, oh yeah.
Bro, he started that for people who don't know.
Yeah.
What was I forget. I say I do business on Black Wall Street.
Yeah. So every like politician and anything, they got a slogan, right? So he had this slogan every time. So the news cameras was in our face every
all
day.
The time.
And I used to hear him say, I was born on Black Wall Street. I do business on Black Wall Street. I live on Black Wall Street. This is Greenwood. And so I was just like, man, that's Greenwood Williams.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I saw a camera, I was going to hear, I was born on Black Wall Street. And he was always on the same bench over there in front of Cleo's.
So, he started the Greenwood Williams.
Yeah.
And people started putting the Mr. in front of it. Mm-hmm. And then because I was doing business out of, multiple locations, the owner started calling me Mr. Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
And so, man, I'm grateful, man, because everywhere I go, like, people respect me for that. You know what I'm saying? And then just the other day, we had the mayor's office. They was all across the way at the museum, history center. Yeah. And so I knew, some of them, they rolled by. They were like, Greenwood. And I'm like, bro, that's the mayor's office saying that because they see me on the bench, what I'm saying? But that right there was pretty cool. It's like, man, you got City Hall and the mayor's office hollering Greenwood and all that. And then when I step outside of our community, it's what's even more cool is you got all type of different other races. But like, man, that's Greenwood, that's Mr. Black Wall Street. And so, man, like I said, me not knowing, I didn't know I was going to be Mr. Greenwood or this and that, but
man,
I started taking
shoot with his shirt off, like with a baseball bat.
But no, I
couldn't give you no other names.
Yeah, but I mean, I never take it lightly. You know what I'm saying? And again, I know that people look at us. You know what I'm saying? And so I never take it lightly, and it's definitely an honor. And so, I'm grateful.
Well, I appreciate you keeping me out of trouble.
Yeah.
Kinda. But if you could break, like we could split that 217. So it's this, it's called This Machine. Those are the bikes. I broke one. So if we could just send them emails and try to get my money back, I'd appreciate it. So I'm gonna ask, they give me these questions. I'm gonna ask you these questions. They more Povers questions.
All right.
But nah, so we kind of already touched on what it's like growing up in Tulsa, but what advice would you give someone looking to get involved in the community out here?
Have a servant's heart. There's a lot of people coming and going, and they're coming for the wrong reasons. And so just having a servant's heart, look for, an organization or somebody who you trust and you see that's out here really doing the work, and just see where you can serve. Because, with me, even though I'm, hold different titles, I'm nothing but a servant. My job is to serve the city. My job is to serve the community. And so basically having a servant's heart.
All right. And then she said, what is servitude and what are some ways the community can serve you? How can we help Greenwood Williams?
I don't know, man. Like, I do business and all that, but, truly what makes me happy is just seeing us come together. A lot of people, y'all know what, I'll be on my bike. I'll be walking to town, like just to see people coming together, that energizes me. And so if I'm energized and knowing my role I play in this community, in the city, then that's helping me out. Cause I know I bring some type of light. I bring some type of energy. I can't be out here depressed. So just seeing each other, everybody just coming together, doing what they're supposed to do. That's basically it, man. Cause I truly get an enjoyment out of just being here, posting up on the bench or walking downtown or riding with the Sunday crew. All right. So before I let you go, I'm gonna throw a little
curveball at you. You're gonna have to give me a Black history fact. It could be one that I know, but try to pick one I don't know. I pretty much told you all the ones I know.
Yeah.
Sitting out here. So what's a Black history fact that we don't know or I don't know? What you got? You need me to give you one first?
Well, no.
Okay,
I mean, I told you I won earlier. It's a local. It's a local one. My great auntie.
Well, yeah.
She was the first Black on Marianne White. I actually talked to her today. She was the first Black on Utica Square board and the only, first and only in Utica Square board. And she's a awesome inspiration to me, man. She's always encouraging me and telling me how proud I am and stuff like that. So I would say I'll give y'all a local one. Marianne White, she was the first Black, on Utica Square's board. And so if anybody know what Utica Square is, like that's a big deal. So, yeah.
I used to go out there and act like I had money. Yes. Yeah, that's dope, man. Well, shoot, I appreciate you coming through, Greenwood.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and so now y'all can't get mad at him because I call him that name. Like, that's where he got the name. People literally be like, who named him Greenwood? I'm like, Greenwood did.
Well,
that's, it's, like I said, you were here, and we're pretty much in every documentary, everything that happened in Greenwood. Yeah. And like, you the only one that I could say, like, whether you were making money down here or not, like, you came in the wintertime, which you was tripping. Tony be on the bench, it's 17 degrees, and Buddy on the bench. So that mean a lot, you know what I'm saying? I know me and Paid and Pops, we talk about it a lot, but
really? I mean, again, bro, like, whether, I accepted the name. I accept we have our own special giftings and talents. And I know I'm to be a light, and basically showing up. If I can't do nothing else, I'm gonna show up.
Yeah.
And so when I feel like this place needs energy and life, you're gonna see me down here. You're gonna see me trying to bring people down here. You're gonna see that. And so I'm not one of them ones if I'm gonna carry this title, I'm gonna live up to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. So last question is, if the lottery like $1 billion right now, so if you win, how much you gonna give me? What I get? So it's $1 billion, they gonna give you like $600 million after tax.
Yeah.
Well, how much I get?
You'll be taken care of. I don't know how much you'll get, but you'll be taken care of. He gonna give me
like $75. He gonna pay like my PSO bill. Be like, you taken care of. You gotta let there be light in your house.
We'll make some stuff happen.
So you'll be taken care of. That mean the number low.
It ain't.
Nah, I'm just playing. Greenwood, he'll hook me up. I'll be able to get like a giraffe or something.
But no, man, again, let me speak on Mr. Greenwood. Like, again, like, I'm gonna just go ahead and talk it. I'm down here. I put in the work. Like, I've have history in this city. I've done a lot of stuff that y'all don't know. Y'all may know me for being Greenwood, but I was a whole lot more than just being Greenwood. And like I said, when I got out of that, the music realm and the fashion, like, I came back home. I grew up on Greenwood. I own property on Greenwood. I own 2 blocks on Black Wall Street. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Ain't no other Black person down here say that. So that's where he got the name Greenwood. But again, bro, I appreciate you coming down, not just for the podcast, but just coming down in general, man. And, one of us got to be outside in the winter. I'm glad it's you instead of me. But yeah, for sure, bro. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. And especially, especially in that council, man, I'm going to start sending you some requests. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're trying to get, I don't know if you guys remember the lights going green.
Yeah.
He was one of the ones that inspired it. And so, and that's another thing. We wouldn't just be down here just to be down here. We would try to, okay, what can we do?
Yeah.
And so, man, that was amazing just to see, they get pulled off. And so right now I'm talking to them to get it proclamated. So every year it's going to be a thing and it's going to get bigger. And it'll be awesome to see the whole city lit up in green, everybody wearing their greens. And Lowe's hit me up that first week. They were like, man, green light bulbs are selling out. Yeah. And so, yeah.
So Tony for president, I was about to ask you what you going to run as, but I ain't
we'll
gonna make
see.
You, I ain't gonna make you do that.
They're in my ear right now.
About being mayor. You could be the mayor. I ain't gonna say
I
nothing bad about
got
him.
one more term. I got 2024 is when my turn is up, and then we'll see.
So when you running for mayor, so I can tell people when to move here so they can vote.
I don't
Come
know.
through Tulsa Remote. They're gonna give you like 10,000. That 10,000 go quick. But yeah, we'll put that on the bottom.
We'll see.
Yeah, well,
Stay tuned.
already. I ain't got no outro. We just done.
This is it.